Okay, so wonderful good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you back to my YouTube channel, presenting before you this wonderful, exciting tutorial is your mentor Hampel Kliman. To those of you that have not yet subscribed, make sure that you subscribe and you also hit the like button, and also don't forget to share this tutorial to others so that they may also learn. So today we will be learning how to graph quadratic equations. That is how to find the vertical, the vertex, how to find the y-intercept, the x-intercept, and also just how to complete the square, because you cannot take a quadratic equation from its standard form to its vertex form if you do not know how to complete the square. And usually most questions will ask you to complete the square. So completing the square is the overview base of graphing quadratic equations. Okay, so let's get started. So they're saying complete the square of the following quadratic functions, or they just want us to complete the square of each of the following quadratic functions. Well, I'm going to make this thing easy for you. I'm going to make this thing easy for you so that you don't have any problems once you encounter a question, no matter how difficult it may be. So we have the first question. So of course the first question is saying x to the power 2. Okay, so this is x to the power 2. Let's take it slow so that you understand. So x to the power 2 minus 10x plus 24 equal to 0. All right. So the first thing to do is simply to take the 24 to the other side. And you also have to check to ensure that this x doesn't have any coefficient, or you make sure that its coefficient is 1. So since the coefficient of x is 1 already, we don't have to be worried. So say this is going to be x to the power 2 minus 10x. This is going to equal negative 24. Then when you reach here, you say, because they want us to take everything in the form of y is equal to, so they want us to take everything in the form of y is equal to a h x minus h plus k. Okay, so this is the form they want us to take everything in from this standard. Okay, so ax to the power 2 plus bx plus c. Okay, so they want us to remove it from this form to this form. So this is what we're doing here. So without wasting much time, let's continue. So now when you reach here, you ask yourself, you say, you look at this 10, okay, you look at this number, then you say half of 10. Half of 10. So half of 10, this is just 5. Then you say x to the power 2 minus 10x. Then you say plus that half of 10 to the power 2 equal to minus 24. You add, since you want to do this side, you also do this side, that same half of 10 to the power 2. So this is going to be x to the power 2 minus 10x. This is going to be 5 to the power 2 equal to, then this is going to be 24 plus 25. So this side you just let it be. Then from here, you collect this part. Okay. Then you ignore this part. First of all, you ignore this part. This part, you ignore it. Then this automatically gives you 1. Now, for the sign, you make sure that you get the sign of the parent number from which you got the half. So the sign is simply negative. Therefore, we can simply say that this is just the same as x to the power 2 minus 5 to the power 2 minus 1 equal to 0. Then automatically we know that this is same as y is equal to x minus 5 to the power 2 minus 1. Okay, so we've taken it in this form. So in this case, our vertex is simply negative. Our vertex is simply 5. Okay, so this is the form 5, and our k is simply, our h is this one, because vertex is simply this. Vertex is simply k, so it's supposed to be h, comma k. So in this case, our h is simply 5, then our k is simply negative 1. Okay? Don't be confused. It must be in this form. That's the standard form. There's a negative, so if there's a positive here, then it's going to be negative here. So you don't get confused by that. So here we're going to put our negative 1. So it's just a basic foundation. Let's get to B fast. So of course B is saying we have 2 x to the power 2 plus 12x plus 5 equals 0. Of course, the first thing we do is to take this guy the other side. Okay, so the guy will be this side. So of course, this is going to be equal to negative 5. Okay, from here we can divide everything by 2. You make sure that the coefficient is 1 this side. So we're going to have x to the power 2 plus, this is going to be 6. X is going to be negative 5 over 2. Okay, the same concept applies. You say half of 6. So half of 6 is 3. So this is just the same as x to the power 2 plus 6x plus the half to the power 2 equal to negative 5 over 2, the same thing, plus half to the power 2. Automatically this is going to be x plus 6x plus 3 to the power 2 equal to negative 5 over 2 plus 9 over 1. So when you reach here, of course, this is just the same as 9 over 1 minus 5 over 1. This is 2. So 2, this into this is simply, this is 18 minus, okay, this is 5. 18 minus 5. 18 minus 5. Okay, so 18 minus 5, what's the answer? Okay, let's just subtract everything. So this is going to be 3, 1. Okay, it's 13. Okay, so this is just the same as x to the power 2 plus 3x plus 6x plus 3 to the power 2. This is going to equal to 13 over 2. Then from here we can complete the square. So this is just the same as x to the power 2. We take the sign of the parent, which is positive, and 3 to the power 2, then equal to 13 over 2. Then from here, of course, we know what to do. This is just the same as x to the power 2 plus 3 to the power 2 equal to 13 over 2. This guy can come this side, and then our y is going to be x plus 3 to the power 2 minus 13 over 2. Like that. All right. So that's just that. Therefore, in this case, our vertex, our h, since this guy is positive, so meaning h is going to be negative. So it's going to be negative 3, comma, negative 1, like this. I think this is very much clear. I don't even have to do the third. You can do this one. You can inbox me. Make sure that you do this one. You inbox me. Then I see how you are going to do it. Okay. So this is how you do this. Can we do the third one? Okay. Let's do C as well. So C simply saying this is 3 x to the power 2 plus 9x plus 5. Okay, so we're here. This is equal to 0. The same concept applies. We'll take this guy, the other side, of course, is going to be negative 5. We make the coefficient of x equal to 1. So of course, everything equal to 1. Of course, this is going to be 3, then equal to negative 5 over 3. Then we say that half of 3, which is, what is half of 3? Is simply 1.5. 1.5. So we say 1.5. Okay, 1.5. So half of 3 is 1.5, which can also be written as 3 over 2. Like this. Then automatically what you do, you double this. Okay, so 1.5, we get a 1.5, of course. So we're going to say that this is x x to the power 2 plus 3x plus 1.5 to the power 2 equal to negative 5 over 3 plus 1.5 to the power 2. Okay, so whichever formula that you can use, of course, you find the answer. So if you complete this thing here, if you have a calculator or whatsoever something with you, or you can put it in ratio form so that at least it becomes in ratio form, and then you'll be able to add up everything. Let's get into graphing. Okay, so we do have some interesting questions for graphs. Don't have to finish that, it's very simple for you. Don't have to waste time. Let's make sure that the needful is done. Okay, so let me allow this one to be here, so we don't need this anymore. So I'm sure you now know how to complete the square. Okay, so that's very important. It will be useful in our next session. So now we get into our usual business, graphing practice questions. Okay, so we are taught to sketch the following quadratic equations, then find the line of symmetry, the vertex, the y and x intercept. Now remember the standard form. I think I showed you the standard form of a quadratic equation. So let me just say standard form. Standard form. The standard form is simply y equal to ax to the power 2 plus bx plus c. And of course, the vertex form is simply, okay, so we can do this. The vertex form is simply y is equal to ax minus h to the power 2 plus k. Okay, so now let's get into graphing. But then there are two graphs that you're supposed to be familiar with. The first one is, okay, so we're here, let's see the two graphs. The first graph is simply the y is equal to positive x to the power 2. So how does this one come out? Of course, since it's a positive, we expect something like this. We expect it to open upward, like this. To open upward with the vertex at 0, 0. Another one you're supposed to be familiar with is y equal to negative x to the power 2. For this one, you expect it to open downward with the vertex of 0, 0. So these are the two main graphs that we consider under this topic, and they are very, very important. So now for the first question, the first question is simply saying we sketch y equal to negative 2 x minus 1 the power 2. But for this one, it's simple because everything has already been done for you, so it's already in the vertex form. So of course our vertex, we can deduce our vertex from here. Our vertex is simply 1, so it is 1, 3. Of course, like that. Then from here we can do the needful. Let's try to graph this. Let's see if it's going to come out. Okay, let me put the camera straight here. So this is 0, and of course this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Neg 1, neg 2, neg 3. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course we have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. The first thing to do, we plot our vertex. So it's going to be 1, 3. It's here. The vertex is simply the point where the graph is going to bend from, to turn from. Okay. From here, we've put our vertex and we've discovered that it is just here. This is our vertex. So from here, we can say that for the first part, we can say that our line of symmetry is equal to, is at some point 1, 0. Okay? Then the vertex, which is B, it's been found to be 1, 3. All right. So from here, if we want, we can solve that. We can equate that equal to 0. Okay, that is if you want. Okay, if you want, you can equate that to 0. You can equate everything to 0, then you find a value of y. Then of course you expect everything to go down there. Okay, to take you down there. So from here, what do? We are going to say, draw a line like this one, then we say x, then y. So from here, just get even 2 points is enough. So I can get 0, 1. I can get, which other one? If I get, how about if I get, let's say 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, let me get 0, then let me get 1, 0, then let me get 1, then let me get 2. So I think I've done the needful. Of course, it's going to be 1 here because I know that if I put my 0, there is x. If I put 0 here, then of course it's going to be negative 1. Negative 1 to the power 2, it's going to be positive 1. Positive 1 multiplied by negative 2, it's going to be negative 2. Negative 2 plus 3 is going to be 1. So already I know what I'm doing here. If I place 1 here, it's going to be 0 inside. Okay, it's going to be 0. Then 2 to the power 2, 0 to the power 2, it's going to be just 2. Then this multiplied by this, everything will be 0. So it's going to be a 3 here. If I place a 2, it would be negative, it would be 1. 1 to the power this, it's just 1 multiplied by negative 2. Negative 2 plus 3 is going to be 1. So I just need the first 2 points anyway. They will make sense. So 0, 1, 0, 1, it's here. 0, 1, 0, 1 is just this point. 1, 3, it is this point, of course. 2, 1, it is this point. So of course we know that it's going to tend downward. Why? Because this guy is negative. You see, that's the proof. So we expect this thing to go in this direction. So this is very simple. This is very simple. And of course, I know we're expecting this guy to pass at negative 1, just that I'm not being accurate, but then you can calculate, that is when you find in the x-intercept. Let's find the y-intercept. So for the y-intercept, let's say we have y is equal to negative 2x minus 1 plus 3. The y-intercept is simply when x is equal to 0. So you say y is equal to negative 2, 0 minus 1 to the power 2 plus 3. From here, it's going to be y equal to, this is just negative 2, then this is going to be negative 1 plus 3. Y is equal to, this is going to be, this is going 1 plus this is going to be negative 2 plus this is 1. Therefore we say our y-intercept is equal to, is at 0, 1. for the x-intercept, for the x-intercept, if you want to find the x-intercept, then make y equals 0 and calculate. Whatever you find is the x-intercept. We go to the next question. The next question is saying, which is B, we can do it from here. So B is simply saying we have y equal to 2, then x minus 1 to the power 2 plus 3. Of course, the same concept applies to the vertex. Where is the vertex? The vertex is simply at some point where we have, since this is, of course, this is 1, so the vertex, our vertex is simply 1, 3. One comma 3. Then from here, let's draw the graph. Let's draw the graph. The graph, we have 0, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, neg 1, neg 2, neg 3, neg 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, neg 1, neg 2, neg 3. All right, so the first thing to do, we draw our vertex is simply at this point. So this is the simplest formula that I want to show you, the simplest one. Okay, so this is our vertex. From here, you can get this this equation. You get that equation, then you find your y-intercept. You can find your y-intercept. So since we have y is equal to 2x minus 1 plus 3, we can make x equal to 0 to find the y-intercept. Let's find the y-intercept. You see how easy it's going to be. So this is just going to be y equal to 2x 0, so 0 minus 1 to the power 2 plus 3. This is going to be y equal to, this is going to be 2, and this is going to be 3. This is going to be y equal to 5. So the y-intercept is at some point 0,5. Of course. So you can go, okay, so we have another value here, 5. So you take your plot. So this is going to be this point here. Okay? You can join like this because we're not going upward. Why? Because this 2 is greater than 0. You can attach like that. But then notice that from the vertex to where our point is, it's just increasing by some 0.1 in the x direction. So in this case, we are also going to increase it by 1 in this direction. So it's going to be here. So of course, it's going to be going upward like this, upward like that. From there, of course, we have found our y-intercept. It's here. We have found our vertex. It's here. We have found our line of symmetry. So line, you can say line of symmetry is equal to The line of symmetry is equal to, is at some point 1, 0. Okay, so this is how simple these things are. For the last question is very interesting. I put it there deliberately for you because I want you to first of all complete the square, then graph it. Okay, so you complete the square, then you graph, then we see what you are going to do. All right, so don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Don't also forget to share and hit the like button. So these are my details. If you want to, if you have a question, you want to inbox me, these are my details. So I love you so much. Make sure you study hard and make sure that you get good grades. Shalom.